The crowd was left stunned when Kamala didn't realize what she was saying and who she was campaigning against. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go through Kamala Harris' economic plan that is leaving millions of people online and in the crowd confused as to who she's campaigning against. Because it sounds like she's campaigning against her own administration's record. This is a crazy video. We're also going to go through a few more other things. So smash the like button because Trump is on TikTok as well, cooking, and he's pointing out and he's doing some amazing things. He also just hired Tulsi Gabbard to help him and he's bringing Tulsi Gabbard on board for this next debate with Kamala Harris. So serious brain failures here. We got to take a look at this. What a brain failure. Because she doesn't realize she's campaigning against herself. Let's take a listen.
A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald.
You heard the crowd? I'm Donald Trump. And I just want to play one more time because this is Trump's new ad now. Like this is his new ad. Look at this.
A loaf of bread cost 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm Donald Trump, and who is she? Is she campaigning against herself? She's been vice president for the last 4 years. But here's a quick summary here because the crowd is gasped. Look, as you can see, the crowd is really just, what is going on here? So here's a summary of Kamala's speech on the economy today. So she's basically got a new economic plan that CNN had to even cut off. And they actually went live to talk about how much of a disaster this economic plan is. And not only how much of a disaster this economic plan is, but it sounds like communism. Let's take a listen here. Make sure you guys can hear it.
A loaf of bread cost 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
Okay, and then she said
housing market. And I know what home ownership means. It's more than a financial transaction. It's so much more than that. It's more than a house. Home ownership and what that means, it's a symbol of the pride that comes with hard work. It's financial security. It represents what you will be able to do for your children.
So there she is, speaking of home ownership.
So now is the time to chart a new way forward. Now is the time to chart a new.
She's campaigning against her administration. So here we go. Number one, our country has come a long way since Biden and I took office, she says. Then number two, the price of food is up 50% today than it was 4 years ago. Number three, she says home ownership is out of reach for far too many American families. And number four, she says, I will chart a new way forward. Everything sucks and it's too expensive, but you should vote for me anyway. This is insane. But here's CNN actually saying the quiet part out loud. They go straight into talking about this. Let's take a listen.
Catherine, I read your piece and I heard you just mention it. The federal ban on price gouging for groceries. You are skeptical of this. Why?
Well, first of all, nobody can explain what price gouging means. It's like that old line about pornography. I know it when I see it, in the sense that what does it mean to have an excessive price or an excessive profit margin? That seems to be shorthand for a price or a profit margin that bugs me. That seems too high. So, it's very hard to pin down what this would actually mean. If you look at the legislation that, as I mentioned, is already in the Senate, led by Senator Warren and Senator Bob Casey and a slew of others, the particular way that this is written, which is likely to be the template for any proposal that Harris would eventually embrace, is especially bad in that it just bans.
Wow. Wow, they're allowing this on air. So they went off the speech and went straight to this because she's been talking about price gouging. She's been talking about how we should all end up in the same place, how we should tax the billionaires. But what does it all mean? And here is here it is.
So that Harris would eventually embrace is especially bad in that it just bans excessive prices, grossly excessive prices, grossly excessive profit margins, and says that the Federal Trade Commission can use any metric it deems appropriate to decide what that would mean. Which basically says, like, it's not going to be markets, it's not going to be supply and demand that's determining how much your grocery store charges you for milk or for eggs. It's going to be some bureaucrat in DC, which seems like totally unworkable, first of all, for the FTC to be deciding.
Wow. They are just laughing at Kamala Harris the price gouge. They're laughing at Kamala Harris right now. At least this young lady is. And I'm pretty sure these two are kind of mad about this right now. But yeah, the economic plan that she is putting out there is literally getting roasted by CNN.
Totally unworkable, first of all, for the FTC to be deciding like how much Kroger charges for eggs in Michigan. But it also would be very bad for markets. We've seen this kind of thing tried in lots of other countries before. Venezuela, Argentina.
Oh, she's saying it. Oh, they're saying it. Oh, what does Argentina before Javier Milei and what does Venezuela all have in common? That same thing that Kamala Harris is pushing for. Say it with me, because even CNN sees through the BS. Say it with me. What is it called? It's called something. I forgot. I'm forgetting the name of it. Say it. Somebody in the comments, hurry up. I'm waiting for the comment because I'm going to put it up on the screen. Boom! There it is. Thank you, Onyx, for saying it. Thank you. Because even CNN is admitting it. I put it up on the screen.
Charges you for milk or for eggs, it's going to be some bureaucrat in DC, which seems like totally unworkable, first of all, for the FTC to be deciding like how much Kroger charges for eggs in Michigan. But it also would be very bad for markets. We've seen this kind of thing tried in lots of other countries before.
Leave it up to DC bureaucrats to set the prices up. Leave it up to the federal government to make the decisions for the humans. Got it. That's what Kamala wants.
Venezuela, Argentina, the Soviet Union, etc. It leads to shortages. It leads to black markets, plenty of uncertainty. And beyond that, the specific way this bill is written might actually increase prices because of some of the other language in it.
Wow. CNN is cooking this plan.
Things like requiring public companies to disclose in their quarterly reports, their quarterly earnings reports, how they're setting prices, which is a great way to help them collude.
Wow. CNN is legitimately saying that this plan is literally going to create black markets, shortages, and it's literally going to help DC bureaucrats or, the shadow government to just interfere and literally control. I mean, I didn't expect this and it's not coming from CNN. It's coming from this young lady. I don't know her name, but she is cooking this plan.
Things like requiring public companies to disclose in their quarterly reports, their quarterly earnings reports, how they're setting prices, which is a great way to help them collude, which normally we don't want them to do. So anyway, the devil's in the details, I guess, for that bill, but it's really hard for me to imagine any form of legislation that preserves the spirit of what she's proposing that would not be, at best do not.
Look at this guy's face. I mean, he can't believe what she's saying. Like this was crazy. But here is the big guy on TikTok being very smart. What I told you guys about TikTok, you're going to be able to reach a whole different base of people that don't even vote, or they're young, or they're just not interested in politics. But guess what? Donald Trump is popping up on their For You pages, and he's doing this. Take a listen.
This is the cost of food. This is the cost of your basics. Every single thing is up. Eggs up 48%. Cookies up 27%. Look at what's going on. Butter up 31%. And this is just the beginning. It's a disaster.
on TikTok, Donald Trump showing people, like he's showing people the cost of everything. So he can keep constantly reminding people, hey, the people you voted for and the person that's running is actually responsible for why these things are up. They're up all this way. Butter's up 31%. Really? 31%. And he's got it all right there. That is genius marketing. I got to say, it's genius marketing. There was another Trump video, Trump on TikTok. Guys, this guy is cooking. Like, he's cooking on TikTok, and he's changing the game because he's reaching everybody. This one is hilarious. This one is my favorite one. Just listen to the first sentence. You'll know why I like this one.
Did you know that the Kamala Harris price hikes have cost?
What did he say?
Did you know that the Kamala Harris?
Camilla?
Did you know that the Kamala Harris price hikes have cost the average family $28,000? That credit card debt is at an all-time high, and that basically the prices of things have never been like this ever before. There's never been anything like it. If you want to bring the prices down, if you want to have a good life, vote for Trump.
Hey, he's cooking, dog. He's cooking. Yo, I told you guys, genius, do short videos reminding people what it is that they're going through. Policy, and our reality. Well, speaking of mispronouncing Kamala's name, take a look at this wild video.
And Kamala Harris, if
Kamala, you said this when I called you Nancy. It's Kamala. You're doing this on purpose, Congressman.
That's disrespectful.
You can't expect people to respect your service.
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Yo, black men in the comments, what do y'all think about these two black men? Right, this is beta male stuff right here. So soft. Well, like just look at this. Like they're literally trying to jump Nancy Mace into like you know how many people I've heard misspell. Like Joe Biden misspells Kamala's name all the time. He did it today.
Right.
Well, at least I saw a video today.
And Kamala Harris, if
Kamala. You said this when I called you Nancy. It's Kamala. You're doing this on purpose, Congressman.
That's disrespectful.
You can't expect people to respect
if a man
your service
put on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked that stage 25 years ago, she
You're a
would have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
That's
That's
let me get in
disgusting.
here because
Michael.
That sounds like self-hatred and justification of white supremacy. And let me just say this, because this Congresswoman is a wonderful human being, but when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't racist.
That is complete.
You don't have to intend racism to
No. You are
accomplish it.
intending that I am
Your disrespect
racist,
of Kamala
and
Harris
that is
part and parcel of
what-
a
and
tradition
it's
of
wrong.
disrespect.
Bro, somebody said these guys sit down to pee. Yo, somebody said they sit down to pee. I'm out. I think I'm gonna leave the video right there. That was crazy. Somebody really just said that. Well, you know what's crazy about that? Why they don't have the same energy with Dr. Umar Johnson when he says this? Have the same energy with Dr. Umar. Talk to Dr. Umar like this.
Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for
who? For who? What did he say?
You want to cry for Kamala Harris?
Kabama? Oh no, Dr. Umar, you can't say that. You're a racist.
If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, Y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democrat.
Oh, they getting paid. Oh, this is getting good. Oh, election season. This is crazy. He's saying they getting paid. Hold on. Kamala Harris is paying y'all?
Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote.
Oh my God. Oh, after listen, I've been fighting for 2.5 years. To hear this right here feels amazing.
Plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought. They offered me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your
10,000. That's it. Oh, you should be offended. Dr. Umar, the Prince of Pan-African, the Prince of Consciousness, the man, the King Kong of politics. They only offered you 10K. Oh, he's mad.
10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offer me 10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money.
You still want to do the interview though? Really? Like, come on, bro.
I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here.
How did we get here? I have no idea how we got here. I have no idea how we got. Oh man. Kamala is campaigning against herself. She's also proposing socialism and literally something that can be corrupted, and we've seen it be corrupt in other countries. Even CNN is coming out and basically saying, well, this is not going to work. This is a wild plan. Trump on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button, please, if you can. It really does help this channel. And turn on your notifications for this channel. This is too much. But yeah, this is crazy. We got a lot more to talk about. JD Vance's plane was headed.
The country has come a long way.
Oh, this started playing
since
out.
President Biden and I.
They started playing. See, that started playing out of nowhere. JD Vance's plane had to make an emergency stop. We're probably going to be talking about that later. We're going to be talking about bigger and better things later. Make sure to smash the like button once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. This is wild. I love y'all, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.